All right, so what is up, everyone? Welcome to an impromptu hangout session. Not necessarily Q&A, although I'm sure there'll be a lot of Q&A here with the stream chatters. But we just beat Guardians of the Galaxy together. We beat it early, as I assumed we would. It was about 2 hours to finish it. And now we got about an hour extra before my stream adjourns. And I was like, why not just chill? Why not just hang out and have a good time? We'll talk. We'll have a little bit of Q&A, dialogue, whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm down for that. I will say this. I want to give extra special recognition to Super Blind Man. He was actually recognized officially in the credits of Guardians of the Galaxy as a Q&A consultant. And that's something awesome to actually be formally recognized as part of a dev team of a game. So he definitely should get some big, credit for that. And hopefully that's the first of many. We all know that he was a consultant on The Last of Us 2 and now on Guardians and hopefully on many other games in the future. So, awesome. Props to Super Blind Man for that. And, if you would like my full thoughts about Guardians of the Galaxy, check out the last video of the playthrough, which is live. It should be live shortly on YouTube by the time that you see this video on YouTube. I basically think it's one of the best games of 2021. I don't want to waste a lot of time in this video about it, though. So, a couple quick shout-outs before we get started. Turdnado did a super chat and says, Halo is littered with cheaters now. Someone was saying this earlier. They were saying that apparently people found a way to hack Halo. That because Halo is cross-play between PC and console, people found a way to hack the PC version and are completely cheating in the game. It's interesting. I'm wondering if there's a way to turn off cross-play in the game, and if they're going to do anything about this. Obviously, Microsoft has to, or else the long-term health of their game is not going to do very well. No one wants to play a game full of cheaters. But this is the first time hearing of it. I played it on Friday, and I didn't notice cheating. At the same time, doesn't mean it wasn't happening, but I certainly didn't notice it. Maybe it's not rampant yet. Ross Prey just did a super chat. Thank you, Ross Prey. Says, I hope you're keeping well. Do you have any issues with anxiety? I'm struggling now and wondered if you had. Not really. Although I absolutely have tackled depression over the course of my life. Never really has mass like anxiety. I've never really had. Okay, I take that back. I did have a couple panic attacks. The time when it happened was when my back injury was really bad. Okay, and I went to drive on the highway, and I started having like pain and numbness in my legs and tightness in my back, and I kind of realized, oh shit, this is bad because I'm on the highway, and at any moment, what if my leg jerks up and I hit the brakes, or I veer in a direction, and I could die, or I could kill people around me. And actually, it was around that time period, this was over 10 years ago, that I basically stopped driving on the highway. I said, this is not good. I actually, on the highway, I remember when that realization hit me, my chest tightened, I couldn't breathe, and I was absolutely having a panic attack. And I had to pull the fuck over and get off the highway as soon as humanly possible because I was having a panic attack. It's maybe almost happened to me a few other times when driving at high speeds. It seems to be the only time that it happens. I do get vertigo when I am at heights. Like, I have a irrational fear of heights. Even if I'm in a safe space, but high up, I still kind of feel nervous, and I can get like sweaty hands, and again, the tightness of in the chest and the shortness of breath. But that's about it. No, I've never really had like anxiety attacks or formal issues with that in my life. So sadly, I don't really have any suggestions for it. Besides, I haven't put myself into the situations to put me into that kind of a deal in a long time. So, Cookie Silver has done a super chat. Says, can you schedule a pre-stream podcast and gameplay as two different streams on YouTube? I would love to get notifications for just gameplay. I could. I don't see the reason why not. We could do pre-stream podcast, start it up. We'll call it the pre-stream. Well, all right, here's the deal. I could do that. Oh, wait a minute. I could definitely do that. Wait, let me think about this. How would that work? Okay. So here's how YouTube works. This is an interesting question. Let me get Cookie Silver on the leaderboard. We got to talk this out because I got to figure out how this would work. Because the way YouTube works is kind of weird. Thank you, Cookie Silver, for the super chat. So first of all, if you don't know what he's talking about, today on pre-stream, we were having our usual pre-stream, and essentially, we've been talking about this the last couple of days. And ever since I started having the webcam on during pre-stream, we've been discussing how basically pre-stream is like a podcast. I'm talking to you guys about news, about things going on with the channel, schedule, like, that's a podcast. It really is. It's a podcast. And even answering, doing some Q&A with you guys, it's essentially, it's a podcast, okay? So I even said this morning, I said, you know what we should do? We should just call it the pre-stream podcast, right? That way people don't complain, your pre-stream's too long. Well, it's a podcast. So if you don't want to watch the podcast, come back when it's done, right? And you know when it's done. Usually I start gameplay between 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you don't want to see the podcast, don't come at 10:45. Come at 12:30 when the gameplay starts, okay? And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. Now, what Cookie Silver is suggesting, schedule the pre-stream podcast and the gameplay as 2 separate streams on YouTube. Okay? Here's how it works on YouTube, for those who don't know. Unlike Twitch, there is not one set place for a stream on YouTube. You actually have to create streams as separate events on your YouTube channel. When you create a stream as an event, that stream is generated, and also a chat room is generated to connect to that specific stream. So right now you guys are watching this stream, you're in a chat. If I made another stream right now, there would actually be a second room, chat room, generated for that second stream. And you guys could go over there ahead of time and talk in that stream as a separate thing. You can't do that on Twitch. On Twitch, you got the one room, the one space to broadcast, that's it, okay? Now, what's interesting about this is, you can make more than one at a time. Like right now, if I wanted to, I could schedule tonight's late stream, okay, which is Forza Horizon 5. I could schedule that and you have a time. Oh, here's when it goes live. I could schedule tomorrow's pre-stream podcast for 10:45 a.m. and have a preset time. That's when it starts. And I could even schedule tomorrow's gameplay. Say, oh, tomorrow's GTA San Andreas stream will start at 12:15 a.m. or 12:15 p.m. Pacific time. And I could have that. I could have 3 separate streams set up on YouTube right now. And you could respectively go to whichever one you want to go to, and you could talk in that chat, and you could like it. You could do all that stuff, okay? However, here's what I don't understand about it, okay? When you create a YouTube stream, okay, that YouTube stream has an address to which you broadcast your stream, all right? They call it a key, a stream key. That key is needed in order to actually broadcast on YouTube. If you don't have the key, you're broadcasting to nothing. You're basically just shooting data out into the web and it doesn't go anywhere specific. You need to have a stream key, and then when it goes to YouTube, use the key to access that stream and go live, okay? Now, here's the thing. Basically, it's the same key no matter what. So, for example, if I did a stream right tonight, and then I do a stream tomorrow, it's the same key. The key doesn't change. It's the same key. What I would have to do is every stream I do, I would have to be generating a new stream key. So, for example, I would create a stream for tonight's stream. That has a set stream key. When I generate the pre-stream podcast for tomorrow, I have to click on give me a new stream key. And it'll generate a new one for that. And then when I go to broadcast that tomorrow, I have to make sure I put in the correct key. If I don't, it won't go to YouTube properly and you won't see it. So, theoretically, okay, theoretically, it works. Theoretically. I've never tried it. I don't know. You know, it could be, it doesn't work. Because just like, I hate to say it, just like how YouTube has all these other features that claim that they work, half the time they don't. They just don't. Oh, look at this. Dark mode on your YouTube studio page. You click it, nothing happens. And then I tweet them, I say, why did you send me a notification that says dark mode's live? Click here, and it doesn't work. Oh, sorry, we did it by accident. That's not live for several months later. Oh, okay. Every time YouTube thinks they're doing something good, they break 10 other things. So, theoretically, could I set up I could set up all my streams in advance. I could do tonight's stream, tomorrow's 2 streams, Tuesday's 2 streams. I could set them all up in advance, all with different locations, and people could go chat in those rooms and do that ahead of time. But I don't know if it would work when I go to broadcast them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. Or what I could do, okay, is we could just set up, just like I do now, excuse me, only set up the stream that's the next one. So the next stream tonight is going to be Forza Horizon 5. So when I finish this stream, shut it down, set it to private, upload the videos, so you can watch the videos on demand on YouTube, right? Set up the next stream. When that stream is done, it goes offline, then set up the next. So if we were going to do the first stream of the day would be pre-stream podcast as its own stream. When it's done, it goes offline. I create a new stream, which you guys then have to migrate over to on the fly, okay? And then I turn that one on, and it's a different thing. So that one will say, oh, here's the game. See, I could do that, but here's the thing. If I do that, what's going to end up happening is people have to do more work. Instead of it being, oh, I'm already on the stream, now the gameplay starts, I just sit here and it starts, it'll be more work for the viewer. They'd have to get used to knowing that once the pre-stream podcast ends, they now have to leave that screen because it's done, and now they have to go to a new one for the gameplay. And the whole point of me doing the pre-stream and then going right into the gameplay this week, I started doing this, is to retain viewership. On a pre-stream, I have 200, 300, 400 people sometimes on the pre-stream, but then if I take a break, I lose all that viewership because people are like, I'm not going to stick around, I'll come back later when he's back, right? If I go straight from the pre-stream right into the gameplay, I retain all that viewership and bring it into the gameplay of the game. That was the whole point I'm doing it. Okay? So my question here is it beneficial? All right? Is it beneficial for me to do this? I mean, I understand if you have no interest in the pre-stream podcast at all, you don't care about pre-stream, you only want to come when the gameplay starts, okay? And you want an actual separate stream and a separate notification for the gameplay, all right? That works. But everyone else who's on the pre-stream already and is going to watch the gameplay, that's extra work. You're now giving hundreds of people who are already here extra work, you see? Tom Willis Show says, I actually think it makes more sense to just combine the podcast and gameplay on the same stream like you always do, but be more clear on what's going on for newcomers. So explain to them, this is the pre-stream podcast. This will go on for about an hour. When this is done, we get to gameplay. Yeah, and what I could do, like, I mean, let's be honest here. We all know, regulars know, gameplay starts between 12, 12:30 p.m. Everyone knows I'm not starting gameplay before then. I'm going to be gabbing it up on this pre-stream. Everyone knows that. So, as long as people knew that, then I guess we'd be better. I think what it is people just don't know, or they're frustrated because they come and they want gameplay right away. Why? I don't know. I've literally never just turned on a stream and played the game immediately. Not once ever. With Dre Day says, if you do it that way, people will complain about too many notifications. You may be right. You have too many streams a day, Phil. It's too many. I'm unsubbing. You know what it is? It's like they always say, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because you can only please all of the people some of the time. You know? If I please this group, now this group's upset. If I please this group, now this group's upset. All right. Most people in the chat seem to be saying don't do a split stream. Just do the one stream, but keep the gameplay right after the pre-stream. Turdnado did a super chat and says, maybe you can have Review Tech USA on one day. On the pre-stream podcast? Why would I have him on? What would we talk about? See, here's the thing. Okay? When I do my pre-streams, you guys know it's about, what is it about? Think about it. It's about me talking about my schedule for the week. It's about me talking about things going on the streams. Like today I talked about how we hit a record number of members, how we hit a new record number of subs on the channel, right? That's what we're talking about on those pre-streams. Why do I care about Review Tech USA and why do I need to have him on a show? What exactly will we talk about? What do I do that has anything to do with him? The only time that he mentions me is for drama purposes. He'll pull me into his drama. He'll try to bring me up for dramatic purposes or, you know, make fun of me or you know, literally he brings it up for drama purposes for his own content. If you haven't noticed, I don't need to do that. I don't need to sit here and talk drama to have an audience. I can actually have an audience without that. So I don't need to do that. What the hell do I need to have him on the stream for? What would we even talk about? Nothing. I literally have nothing to talk about with that guy. Now, if he wanted me on his show and he's like, oh, it's a show about games and we're going to talk about streaming. We're going to talk about what's going on with this game topic. We're going to talk about that. Sure. I probably have a lot I could chime in and talk about on that, right? If he wants like someone as a part of a panel to give input, absolutely. Okay? But here's the thing, by the way, because people are now asking me about it. They're like, so what happened with him? All right, do you want to know the truth? Here's what happened. About 2 months ago, he emailed me, and he said he wanted me on his show. But the show is going to be just an open format where anyone could come to the show and ask questions of me, and I would have to answer all the questions. To which I responded and said, why would I do that? I don't want to be on your show for that because I could do that on my own show. I get nothing out of being on your show. I'm not going to get any positive exposure by having an open forum with my trolls on your show. All that would do is give you some drama views. So you want it, of course, but I don't. I shut that shit down on my own streams so that way we don't have toxic shit. Why would I go on your show to do that? I said, if you ever have a desire to have me on your show for something positive, let me know and I'll be interested. Okay? And by the way, I also said, by the way, if you want me on your show, we have to make sure that everything's safe. I don't know how he does his shows. I don't know if he uses, what chat client does he use, right? What streaming client does he use to have people as guests on a show? I don't know. Is it Skype? Is it Discord? Is it something else? I would have to look into it. Is it safe? I have to make sure that my IP address isn't leaking out onto the internet, right? And now I got people fucking DDoS attacking me and shit, right? So basically I told him I would be interested if there's a reason for me to actually be on there. If there's a positive reason, if there's anything input-wise, right? Let me know, okay? So a couple months passed, and then he came on my stream a few weeks ago and said that he wanted me on his show. And I said, Rich, we already talked about this. You emailed me, and I responded. And he claimed he never got the response. I said, well, it sounds like you have a bad spam filter then, because I absolutely responded to you that day. I answered your email, and then I proceeded to basically say what I just said on stream that day while he was here. So he heard it live, okay? He then emailed me, okay? He emailed me and he said, Phil, I want you on my show. Forget the old idea. This show will be about, we'll talk about games, we'll talk about game culture, we'll talk about, streaming, we'll talk about all this stuff. And by the way, I'm also going to have Boogie on my show. So it'll be you, me, and Boogie just having a chat about games. I think this would be a great idea, okay? Okay? So, he sent me this email, but it was in the middle of, like, my late stream, I think, that day. Or maybe it was, like, the tail end of my first stream, okay? So I responded to him the next day when I finally had a chance to sit down and read through my emails. I responded the next day, and I said, Rich, that sounds interesting to me. Like, that actually is something that I would actually enjoy being a part of, because if it's a positive discussion about games and we're actually having intelligent discussion and I can add to it or whatever, right? Why not? Okay? But I said, but you never responded to my email from 2 months ago where I expressed concern about how is it that you do it? When do you do it? What's the format? Would there be viewers or not? Live? I actually asked him this time, I said, would I be able to live broadcast my end? Like, let's say, for example, it's a show where I'm calling into him or whatever, but could I live broadcast my end of it? Or capture it on my end as well, and we could maybe do a simulcast or something. That way I benefit and he benefits, right? I asked him all these questions. He never responded. That was over a week ago. I want to say that was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. He never responded. This is what I mean. If someone was serious about this shit, all right, don't you think if he really wanted me on his show for positive reasons, that he would be like, oh man, I sent him that email, he didn't respond. Let me, find out what's going on. You want to know the truth? Well, here's what I think. I think that Rich feels that if I was on his stuff, that it would give him a boost. He'd get a boost of viewership, probably from my trolls, maybe from some of my fans. I think it would. He thinks he would get a benefit out of it. Do I think I would get any benefit from being out of Review Tech USA's content? No. I don't think I would get anything at all, being honest. I don't think that I would get a single extra viewer. I don't think so. The way that the guy talks about me in his content, every once in a while he'll bring me up for dramatic purposes, and he'll say something in a negative dramatic twist. His viewers don't think of me in a positive light, and it's his fault because of the way that he's brought me up over the years. I remember the one day that basically I realized how this guy was, okay? I was on my own stream doing my own thing, okay? And this was years ago, many years ago, okay? So this is like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, if not longer. And someone says to me, Phil, are you aware that Review Tech USA today posted up a video, all right, on his own channel, and the video is DSP Gaming is failing. DSP Gaming needs to make a dramatic change or it is on a downward spiral and is going to crash and burn and go out of business. Like, this is the video he put out, Now, I want you to think about this for a second. If you're someone who doesn't know who I am, and the first you've heard of me is that I'm doing everything wrong and I'm on a downward spiral, okay? What would you think? Nothing but negativity, right? Nothing. You wouldn't think anything but, wow, this guy's a loser. This guy's falling. He's going to go out of business because he's doing bad things, right? That's how he covers me. Like, literal, the sky is falling, dramaticism. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was what, 5 years ago? Guess what? Guess who's still here? Guess who's still doing what he loves? Guess who's still making a living? You see? So, did anything he said 5 years ago have any pertinence or any even kind of grounds in reality? No. This is what he does. He over-dramatizes shit on the internet for personal gain, no matter who it is or who he hurts doing it. I can tell you right now, when he made that video years ago, he hurt me. He concretely hurt me, because there might have been people who didn't know who I was, and now the only time they've ever heard about me is through a negative reference from him on his channel. He got a boost in views. He made money crapping on me. But now he thinks that's fine. Like, why should Phil be angry at me? Why should Phil be upset with me? I don't understand. It's like, Rich, do you not have any fucking logical thought in your head? Why would I like you? Whenever you bring me up, whenever my name is in your mouth, it's because you want to make fun of me, because you want to talk shit about me, because, you know what I mean? Very rarely is it something positive. And when it is, it's usually like, well, here's something overdramatic that I'll get clickbait views on that happened to Phil, but then I'll try to spin it positively to act like I'm on his side. You know? I mean, literally, every time the guy brings me up, he's got the picture of my incident from 5 years ago on all the screens in his fucking video. Do you not understand that that is one moment in 13 fucking years that I've made content? Is it the most embarrassing moment? Yes. But is it the end all be all of who I am? No. It's over 5 years later and I'm still here doing what I do. It didn't end me. It didn't destroy me. It was a stupid thing that we've all moved on from, except fucking you. Because you have the maturity of a 4-year-old. You think this is like some important thing that happened to me. It's not. Like, the fact that you bring this up every time you put my name in your mouth shows your maturity level. And it also, quite frankly, shows the maturity level of your viewership. If this is what people like to see on your channel, that's not something I want to be associated with. You know what I'm saying? Really. And the thing is, he keeps writing me emails saying, oh, we got off on the wrong foot. Would you be on my show? Yes, Rich, if we want to be serious and be mature adults and not be fucking toxic drama shitheads to each other, and you actually want to just talk about games, I would do it. But every time you've sent me an offer, I respond, and you stop responding. You don't say anything back. So why the fuck do I care? At the very least, at least he hasn't lied. All right? Because there are, like, let's be honest, Wings of Redemption, he used to lie about me. He'd say, oh, Phil never responded to me or whatever and stuff. He'd lie, or I sent an email, Phil never responded. And he never even sent me an email. He would blatantly lie to his viewer base about me, which was really fucked up that he did that. And people are like, why won't you be on Wings content? Why do you think? Why would you want to associate with someone who has habitually lied about you and your interactions that you had with me over the years for basically to get clout for yourself and or to basically take the blame off of you, right? But this is what I mean. This is so dumb. Like, all I want to do as a person and a content creator on the internet, I want to be here and I want to have fun with you guys. I want to play games. I want to have real discussion, interactions with you guys on a daily basis. I want to share that with the world. And that's all I care about. I don't care about this motherfucker over here doing something stupid and talking shit about me. This guy bringing my name up saying I'm failing and this dramatic shit. None of these people matter to me in any way, shape, or form. None of them. They bring me up. They drag me through the mud in order to try to get personal gain. Okay? I don't care. Let them do whatever they want. You see what I'm saying? But there's really no point in doing any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really no point in caring about this kind of shit. If ever anyone contacted me seriously about stuff, I would be interested. I would be interested in being on a real podcast or a show about games or whatever. It's not real. And anyone who's saying otherwise, they're full of shit. Like, seriously. People are just so full. I'm sure Rich will likely respond to this, and he'll be like, oh, I never got a response. Like, Rich, you know what? If you're just going to keep fucking saying stupid shit, then don't bother. Why do you want me to be... Why are you even going to mention me? How about this? Here's the best thing, and I mean this for sure, all right? Now, I'm going to be 100% transparent and honest with everyone out there on the internet, including Rich. You want to know the best thing you could possibly do in regards to me? Never mention me ever again. Act like I never fucking existed. Don't ever reference me ever again. I'm insignificant. I'm a small-time streamer. Right now, I don't even have 300 viewers on my stream, okay? I don't need to be in your fucking mouth. Ever. Again. Act like someone finger snapped and I disappeared from the internet. Erase me from your memories. All you drama queen bitches out there who all you want to do is talk shit and be negative and fucking do this, alright? Stop it. I don't want to be a part of any of your garbage ever. So just forget about me. Okay? I don't need to be pulled into your vortexes of drama and bullshit ever. Again. Just stop it. Because I just want to do my own thing and be left alone. You understand? I feel punch drunk from the years of abuse and shit that's happened to me. That every time I turn left, right, up, down, there's someone saying something nasty about me. There's someone trying to cancel me. There's some bullshit going on. I don't need to deal with it. I just want to be on my stream and be left the fuck alone. Why do you think we have all these things in place so that people cannot leave harassing content? No harassing comments on my videos. We monitor the stream chat to make sure people can't do nasty shit there. My Twitter has it enforced. Why would I put myself into opportunities for harassment when you know it's just going to happen? You see? So just fucking stop. Unless you're going to grow up and actually be mature and be like, oh wow, I'm serious about this. Yes, I'd really like Phil to be involved in something productive that I'm going to be involved in. Great. But unless you're going to change for the better, leave me the fuck out of it. I want nothing to do with you. Rich, I'm talking directly to you. I don't want anything to do with you. Really. Unless you're going to change, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Unless you say, wow, everything I do is toxic because I constantly bring up drama and it's fucking stupid and immature. It's the way I make a living because I couldn't make a living actually reviewing tech, which is what my name means. I had to change to become a drama queen on YouTube. Unless I'm going to change for the better and stop being a fucking toxic drama queen, I want nothing to do with you. Nothing. Stop sending me emails. Stop bringing me up. Leave my name out of your fucking mouth. Okay. Thank you, Clementine, for a $2 tip. He says, cheers. Thank you, Clementine. I appreciate that. Now, do you think that'll happen? He'll probably make a video about this later today. He probably will. Oh, I gotta turn on my stream and talk about what Phil said. So I mean, it's how these people are. Oh, now I have content. I actually have content to put out because I have no content I can make for myself. No quality content that I can produce for my viewers. Oh, someone said something. Now I can make content. Drama content. Drama content. That's how these fucking people are. They're pathetic. It really is fucking pathetic that this is what they do. And they make a living doing it. It's fucking gross. YouTube should have banned that shit years and years ago. They should have said, there's nothing here. This is hearsay. This is gossip. This is drama. This is causing problems and personal hurt to people. Ban it from the fucking site, man. Stop propagating it. Stop pushing it forward as quality. It's not. It's the worst of us. The worst of humanity is that shit, but YouTube acts like it's quality. It's not. It needs to fucking be dealt with, man. Okay. So Turd NATO did another super chat. Says, maybe you don't believe me, but I found you because of him. Turd NATO, I believe you. I really do believe you. The thing is, people do find out about me from this places. But it's like I've said, the amount of people who found me through the drama is infinitesimally small compared to the amount of people who heard from me through the drama and then either propagated the drama or continued to spread the lie or created the mob mentality of hate against me to hurt me and my family and my business, or those who literally have just said, never deal with Darkside Phil because of what we've heard about him on the internet. Okay? If these assholes didn't create the drama content about me, I would be in a very different position than I am right now. But at some point in history, it became fashionable. It became hip to make fun of me. It became the in thing to shit on DSPGaming. Okay? And everyone rode the bandwagon in the coattail. It became a meme, right? The meme was to hate on me. Were there legitimate reasons? At first there were. But over the years, are you shitting me how I've changed? Like how different I am now? There is nothing fucking legitimate you could do. Nothing. With the shit these people say and do, the insane amounts of slander and defamation about me that's just untrue on the internet. There's no way I could ever, in any capacity, you know, legally or otherwise, there's no way I could even dispute 99% of the shit they say because of the insane amount of it that they say. You understand? So, I have no defense against this. This business that I run, it's a miracle. a miracle that I have retained any kind of viewership or following with the insane amount of toxic stuff that's said about me on a daily basis. It is. It's because of my hard work and dedication, never giving up, and you guys seeing through it and saying, hey, guess what? We still like you. Even though you have all this insane fucked up stuff about you on the internet that's not true, we want to chill with you every day and we will still support you. And guys, again, I got to tell you, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I would not be where I am if it wasn't for you guys. Really. Really. I would not be where I am if it was not for you guys supporting me and putting up with this crap that I get on a daily basis. Really. I mean, it's insane that there's so much of it. But you guys who are here on the streams, I'm not even kidding you now. It's getting ridiculous to the point where I get an email maybe twice a week from someone who's like, I've never seen you before. I just checked out your content, and I don't even understand where the slander comes from because it's not true. I watched your stream, and none of what people say about you is on the stream. What it is they pull stuff out of context and act like that's the whole stream. When you're doing a 4 or 5 hour stream and you mention something a few times, and they act like that's the whole stream. Or they take something out of context that's not even, doesn't even make sense out of context, but they act like it's toxic when it's not. And this is what they do. They highlight it and act like that's you when it's not. It's not fair. So people all the time tell me that. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm not going to sit here and harp on it all day and talk about it. I'm just going to do my thing and keep pushing forward positively. You know, that's the real attitude to have when you're in life, when you're facing overwhelming adversity against you. Overwhelming amounts of unfair treatment, hate, slander. The best way is to just do your thing positively. Don't address it, because the more you address it, it just moves the goalpost and it just becomes worse and worse. Because that's what happened. Originally, it used to be like, oh, this is how you don't play? Fuck those people. They're stealing my content. They're taking it on. You know, I would rage and do videos about it. And what would happen? It would just make it worse. It would just make it worse and worse and worse and worse, right? So there's no reason to waste time on it anymore. That's why you don't ever hear me address the shit anymore. If we see a fucking bullshit, slanderous meme on the stream, you're fucking out of here, and we just continue on with the positive content. So, okay. Excuse me. Let's see here. Well, Bacon Soda Yoda did a super chat and said, I looked up Review Tech and I think he's beneath you. That's your opinion. I wouldn't even know. I'll be honest with you. I don't watch a shit. I have no interest in drama. So I don't watch a shit because I don't care about drama. Cookie Silver, this is hilarious. Listen to Cookie Silver now. So Cookie Silver was the person previously who asked, can I separate the pre-stream podcast and the gameplay? All right. And I addressed it in full, intelligent answer. Okay. They just did another super chat and said, you could have simply said, I don't want to work with Rich. This rant continues this interaction with Rich. You're fueling this as well. No, this is not a rant. This is an explanation. You don't know the difference between a rant and an explanation because you're a fucking idiot, okay? This was me explaining rationally what's happened between me and him and why you still don't see me in anything with him, okay? Again, things could definitely change. If the guy would change for the better, then maybe I would want to associate with him. If the guy would actually make quality content instead of drama, drama, drama every time he brings up my name, then maybe I would want to be in a video with him. I'm explaining myself. That's not a fucking rant unless you're a moron. So congratulations, Cookie Silver. You're a moron. Thanks for the super chat. Holy shit. Clementine has sent me $4.20. It says, I actually found you through a detractor video. For some reason, I got suggested with it on YouTube. They made you look awful, so I checked you out for myself, and I enjoy you now. I have a feeling that I'm one of a few who became a fan that way. And I mean, again, you're not alone, but you are the exception to the rule. Seriously, you're the exception to the rule, because for every one Clementine that there is, no exaggeration, there's probably 1,000 people who said, wow, instead of actually investigating for myself and being intelligent, I will just take what I'm being told as fact and basically now either just completely ignore Darkside Phil and DSPGaming for the rest of my life, or I will actually participate in the toxic behavior towards him. And this is how it went from, oh, lighthearted, this is how you don't plays, to, oh, videos that aren't about his gameplay anymore, but now actually attack him personally about the way he behaves on streams, which then turned into, oh, now it's not just about how he behaves on streams, but how he behaves in his personal life, which is none of anyone's business, which then became, let's delve into Phil's personal life and try to make drama content up about it, even though it's none of anyone's business, which then became, let's just regularly just lie about Phil to make him look bad on the internet for personal gain. It just got worse and worse. It just kept snowballing over and over, you know? And that's what happens with this shit. That's why people who are at the beginning of this whole thing, oh, well, I didn't intend that with This Is How You Don't Play. I mean, that's great. And you know what? Maybe 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, whenever it started, you're right. No one really foresaw how toxic YouTube would become. You can't really blame the people who made a montage of Metal Gear Solid, right? To say, oh, in 10 years' time, you know, people will literally be making stuff up about Phil that's legally is you know, bad. You know, people are stealing Phil's identity and doing things in his name with his personal information to fuck his life up, right? When Phil tries to actually have a positive relationship with a company and get a sponsorship, thousands of actual mentally messed up losers go and harass the company online so that they will stop dealing with Phil. You understand? Like, there's a ginormous difference. I don't think that the people who started this stuff intended for any of that. They were just messing around. They wanted to make fun of how bad I was at Metal Gear. But YouTube propagated the toxic behavior. They made that environment possible. They did. YouTube created the toxic environment and nurtured it and promoted it and made it popular. How is it now that there's people who make content on YouTube and you can't find their content? All you can find is the people who hate on their content. That's ridiculously bad and messed up. As a business, YouTube should be fucking embarrassed that this is where their website went in the last 10 years. But it is what it is. It's history, right? Battle Duck says, hey, it's not like anyone tried making stuff up about prostitutes or anything, right? Oh, wait. Yeah, oh no, that was many years ago, too. That was like 4 years ago now. Can you believe how long ago that was? It's like I said, it was funny because I've just turned on my YouTube comments again for the first time in many years. And so what's happening is I'm approving comments on a daily basis. And then what happens is it eventually gets to the comments from like 4 years ago when the comments used to be on and would get snagged for negative stuff. And I'm looking at some of those comments from 5 years ago are the same disgusting negative memes that people say about me today. They never change because these people are just fucking the lowest level of intelligence. They just parrot what they've heard. So 5 years ago, people said stuff. They're still saying it today. Despite the fact that none of it's true, they still repeat the same shit because it's become this mob mentality that if enough people say it's true. That's the mantra now of these people. Again, it's fashionable. It's hip to hate on Phil and repeat these memes about him. Snow Ice Kevin Carl Derek Gut to me $4.20 and says, review tech's okay to me. I think he's one of the people who isn't necessarily in the drama, but definitely stirs the pot based on his interactions with other content creators. Yeah, he's looking constantly to use something for personal gain. And he doesn't care if it hurts. Like I said, at the time when Rich was talking about me years ago and saying stuff like DSPGaming is failing, I never talked about the guy or mentioned him, nothing. Zero. I didn't even know who he was until people said, do you aware this guy keeps talking about you, about your channel and everything? No. I don't know who the fuck he is. He does it on purpose, you know? That's what I mean. Like, okay, oh, he's not in the drama. Yes, he is. Absolutely. What it is if there's a day when he feels there's enough game news to talk about, then he's good. But it's a slow day. He's not even close to being above dragging people down to make a buck that day. You know? Pretty messed up. Okay. Well, guys, we still got about half an hour left. I thought we'd be done. We're not. Clementine just tipped me $1.50. Says, I will admit I have gone back to watch the tractor videos from much earlier. You're completely right. The feel of them is almost a more humorous feel. Some detractor guys today wish the worst upon you, like it's personal for no reason. It's personal because, again, they benefit from acting like that. They realize now that there's a crazy toxic mob on YouTube that wants to essentially lynch me. They know that, like, there's a mob of people who wish me the absolute worst in life, and they don't care what means they use to get that end. They would like to do that, you know. And so they ride those coattails. They say, "Oh, if I act like that, then I'll get those viewers. I'll get that." People literally go to these hate channels and send these people money. Oh, this guy said something nasty about Phil today. Here's $20. That's how they're making a living. Half these people, man, it's crazy. That's their life. They actually feel that that's like a livelihood. You know, that's legit to make a living hurting people on the internet just because you could get away with it and because YouTube promotes it. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. That's the kind of person I am. I wouldn't be able to fucking sleep at night if that's the kind of content I put out. Happy holidays, John. Thank you for that. Gun says, I like that you're making big changes on YouTube. Feels like you're preparing for good things to come in the new year. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope that 2022 is the year when YouTube actually lives up to its promises. They go through with all the things they've said they would do. Gifted memberships, better moderator tools, things for discoverability on YouTube for streams to actually bring people over here and make this feel like a streaming community. Because it doesn't. It doesn't feel like a streaming community. It feels like everyone's isolated doing their own thing on their own channels. And there's no actual discoverability for anything. Typically this time of year on Twitch, I would get some inflated views because people are searching for the hot new releases on Twitch. They would see them and come watch me play them. I'm getting none of that on YouTube. Zero. None. You know? The only game I got inflated views on is GTA. Why? Because people like to see me play GTA. That's about it. Everything else is normal or even in some cases lower. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy. One of the best games of the year, and I can't get people to come watch it, right? It's ridiculous. See, and Only Eyes Kevin, I disagree with you there. He says, I think some people will come and support you and give you money and stuff to own the trolls. Here's the difference, okay? All right? I do not, if you haven't noticed, I never say that. Never once will you come on a stream of mine and hear me say something to this effect. Oh, everyone, please contribute so we can really stick it to those trolls tonight and make them upset. What do I say? I say, come to my stream and please support it. Because you like the content. You want to see this continue. You want to see me to keep being successful. You know that I'm crowdfunded. You know this is the only income I get is your crowdfunding income. If you like the content, please support it. And by the way, never go above your means when you're contributing. Only do what's right for you. That's what I say on my streams, right? I'm not Neil Druckmann. I don't sit here and say, oh, I'm putting out a product, and in order to artificially inflate the amount of support that I get, say, oh, every time that you buy The Last of Us 2, you're sticking it to the trolls, bro. I would never say something like that. That's ridiculous. That's so immoral to me. As a person, I would not be okay doing that at all. Okay? Now, listen. Personally, by the way, what's up, Jones to Bones? Good to see you. Personally, I can't control the reason why someone will contribute to my streams. I can't. I don't know. When someone sends me a tip or a super chat or becomes a member, I don't know what their intention is. You know? I don't know what their intention is at all. And I can't control that. So if that's the intention of someone, I don't know the difference. Okay? But for me, I would hope that if you're supporting myself and my content, you're not doing it because you don't like the trolls and you want to stick it to them. You're doing it because you want to support this content. I'll be honest with you. I firmly believe that every night, if I came on this stream and I said, support me to stick it to the trolls, I would make more money. I firmly 100% believe that because people get behind that. They feel like they're now, oh, I'm in the right. I'm in a moral mob, a moral authority to stick it to people who are immoral. And if I do this now, it's all victory feeling. But that's not what this is about. I don't stream to stick it to my critics. I stream because I love games, because I feel that I have something to offer to you as a viewing audience, and I want to share that social experience with all of you on a daily basis. I do this because I'm a lifelong gamer who loves it. It's my hobby and my job. That's why I'm here. I would not continue to do this for a living if I hated it. Being honest with you, I would not. I would find something else to do. And by the way, there's plenty else to do. How many years have people said, Phil, make a political channel? Phil, tell us your thoughts about religion. Phil, talk about world news. There's many other things that I can branch out to that don't have to deal with video games that I could do. I actually genuinely love this. I love doing what I do. That's why I do it. I'm not here to say, oh, I'm going to spin this. So many people over the years, Phil, you just don't understand. Use this to your advantage. When these morons are being negative about you, mention them constantly and say, stick it to them, and people should contribute to stick it to them. No. That's completely fucking immoral in my opinion. I would not do that. I really wouldn't. I would not do that. As much as I would positively benefit from it, I would not be okay with doing that. Same thing with, why don't you just on YouTube constantly make clickbait videos with lying titles and fucking clickbait thumbnails and drama. I'm not. I could have easily gotten ahead of all of this stuff many years ago on YouTube by doing all that shit, and I refuse to do it, you know? So you know what? If the trolls are the only way they can get over, the only way that they can make a living is by saying, when you contribute to me, you hurt Phil, which is false. Contributing to them does not hurt me in any way, shape, or form. You're just a moron throwing your money into a fucking piss pot, you know? For toxic content that's harmful, that should not even be allowed on YouTube. Go ahead. I can't stop people. You know what I'm saying? But you would never hear me say that. Although there may be people intending that's what they're doing. I can't control that. But I would never, ever try to convince someone to contribute to a stream or a video of mine because they think they're sticking it to a troll. That's ridiculous. No. Do it because you like this video. You like this stream. You like this content. You want to see it continue. You like the fact that I persevere through that crap. And you support the fact that I'm still here to be myself and be genuine with you on a daily basis. Do it for the positive reason, not for the negative reason. Neil Druckmann couldn't do that with The Last of Us 2. He just couldn't. He had to go there. He had to make it this moral authority feeling. If you like The Last of Us 2, you are really sticking it to toxic, bigoted trolls. And because of that, it became a feel-good movement of 2020. Oh, everyone says it's game of the year. Who knows what would have happened if he didn't go there and take the insane low road the way that he did. I still think his game is outstanding, by the way. There's nothing wrong with The Last of Us 2. It's so many levels. It was an amazing game. But the fact that he had to do that just proves what kind of a person he is, you know? Maybe he actually didn't feel the game was good enough to stand on its own laurels, and he kind of had to do that, you know? Okay. Lord X Law did a super chat says, do you think it's fair to judge all trolls for the actions of a select few who take things too far? I've never done that. Why would I do that? There's a difference, because I said there's many different people. I don't even consider someone who simply just kind of laughs a little bit at me or something silly that I did on a stream. I don't even consider that a troll. That's just someone who wants to laugh at a meme or something on the internet. We all do it. You see something silly that happened, you see someone did something dumb, you laugh at it, and you move on. A troll is someone who hyper-focuses on it to the point where they obsess. And now they take it to this next level where it's just crazy. And some of these people are above trolls. They're crazy obsessed people, you know. But no, I don't. What you're saying happens actually doesn't happen. I'm not saying every single person who's a critic of mine or a troll of mine is that kind of person at all. I'm saying there is a large group of people that have taken it that far. But that's not everyone. I'm not that stupid. Again, it's funny because today, I don't care if someone makes a "this is how you don't play" montage. I don't care if someone does that kind of stuff. That doesn't affect me at all. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't affect me at all. Why do I care if you make fun of my gameplay at this point? The fuck do I, you know, it's not like you are, you know, I'm not getting droves of tens of 20,000 people checking out every video of mine anymore. Those days are long gone. My viewers are going to watch my stuff no matter what, so say what you will about the quality of the gameplay. They don't care. So make your stupid montages about gameplay and shit. But when it gets personal, that's where you cross the line, and that's where 99% of it is these days. Okay. So Nico, is your name Nico? Because I can't read it because the characters of your name are in another language. So I can't even read what your name is. But I think your name is Nico. They tipped me $2. They said Rich uses you for your content. It's obvious, or no, excuse me. Rich uses your name for his content. It's obvious he'll once in a while he'll just react to random detractor videos on a random day for no reason. I think what he does is very dumb because the people that want to see him hate on you are your trolls, and they can turn on him at any time. The other thing about Rich is that he's been the victim of the same thing. He's outright said stuff like, "Oh, you know, why are you going to do this to me and my family? Don't you understand that I have a family, I have to protect them, this is personal, why would you do this kind of harassment?" But then the stuff he does on his streams can lead to that kind of harassment to me. But he doesn't care. To him, as long as he's making the benefit from it, what's the difference, right? And that's the problem, is when you can't separate the two, that's fucked up. He's had online harassment done to him in a bad way, yet he doesn't see the same thing happens to other people as a result of his actions. To him, oh, I'm not taking responsibility for that. Every time he fucking brings up a detractor video, he's done it, you know? But he doesn't care. Let's see. Gen X Millennial Zoomer Boomer to the $1.50 saying, why do I call Jasper Kitty instead of just Jasper? I love your just chatting and pre-streams and, of course, the gaming. Because I don't know, because it's cute, because it's fun. I don't know. I don't think that too much about it. Apparently you do, and you microanalyze everything in life. I don't. Sometimes I call him Jasper Cat. Sometimes I call him Jasper Kitty. Right? Sometimes I just call him Jasper. I'm not thinking that deep into it. The Danimal has tipped me $10.50. I said, I enjoyed your stream today. Have a good rest of your night. Maybe I will catch your late stream. Sounds good. Tonight it is Forza Horizon 5. Very fun. Very chill. It's always a good time. I hope you will come back for that because it's entertaining. At least I feel it is. Okay. We're still here for about another 15 minutes, guys. We still got more time. What do you want to talk about? All right, Guts, you have a good night. He says he will not be here tonight. Dark and Terry says, do you think being a variety streamer works against you for retaining viewers for certain games? Yes. It does. For example, some people get really, really hyped that I'm going to play a video game, okay? But they just want to see it constantly. They don't care. Like, for example, right now, I just finished Guardians of the Galaxy. It took me almost a month to beat it, okay? It's a 20-hour game. It took me almost a month to beat it. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I've been playing that for 2.5 weeks. I'm not done with it yet. I'm playing Lost Judgment, a game that for me is a Game of the Year contender. I've been playing it for over 2 months, and I'm not done with it yet. I likely am going to be playing it well through December, okay? So, let's be honest here. Yes, abso-freaking-lutely. For someone who's like, man, I've been waiting so fervently for Phil to play this game, and look how long it's taken him to play it, because he's playing so much other stuff and he's juggling all of it, right? Yeah, man. Definitely, I can see that. I can see that some people are upset. They come to watch a specific thing. They can't get enough of it, all right? It's tough. As a content creator, it's very tough for me to judge what to do in that regard. And the reason I say that is, how do you find the perfect balance? If I just play this game nonstop for a week to beat it, now all the other viewers who aren't interested in that game are gone. And the thing is, as a variety streamer as I am, it's very hard to find a game that everyone wants to see. Right now, there's people who want to see me play GTA. There's people who want to see me play Lost Judgment. There's people who are going to be here tonight for Forza Horizon 5. There's people who only come by to watch me play Street Fighter once a week. And right now, there's people who are like, man, I wish you would just play more Halo Infinite. And they're all different. Is there crossover? Yes. But there's people who specifically just want to see those things. And when you're a variety streamer, you have to try to find that perfect balance. Okay? Between all of that. And as I've already said, you can't please all of the people all of the time. There's always going to be people who are disappointed. I've found more success, I feel, in doing variety content and now having regular streams. Like Friday nights, everyone knows I play old school Street Fighter. I now have a regular viewer base that comes for that every Friday night, and it's a successful stream because of that. If I didn't do it consistently, I don't think it would be nearly as successful as it is. But I stuck with it, even though it's not all of my viewers. There's a good amount who like that content, and because of that, it's been successful, you see? But definitely, you know, a game, for example, like Lost Judgment, if I had played Lost Judgment nonstop from its release for about 2-3 weeks and beat it, I would have had way more viewership than I have. However, what other games came out around the release of Lost Judgment that would have now been missed, right? And that's what it is when you focus on one, you miss out on another. This year, I had to skip a ton of games. I skipped a lot of games in 2021. A lot of people might not realize it. I didn't play every big high-profile new release. I skipped a ton of them in order to make room for the ones that I personally liked more or you guys asked me to play. It's gotten to the point, it's not like it was back in the day. Back in the day, you could actually play every high-profile new release and have time to tackle them all. There weren't that many. Now it's just ridiculous the amount of games that are coming out on a daily basis. There's no way you could possibly juggle them all. You know, I got the Xbox Series X and Game Pass, and for about a month and a half, it was great playing the Game Pass games. I haven't played a game on Game Pass outside of a big profile game like Forza in months. There's no time, you know? So that's the thing. Like, I definitely understand some people are upset when I play a game. I'm a variety streamer, so I have to juggle 5-6 games now, and you're not getting enough of each game. But understand that if I didn't do that and I focused on one game, there could be potentially 75-80% of my viewer base that don't like that game, and now they're gone, right? Are they even going to come back? So I got to kind of do it the best I can. If anyone ever has suggestions on how to do it better, hey, throw them my way, but I'm doing my best, okay? Eternal Napalm has tipped me $5. Says, you feel DSPGaming is better now that sneak dissers like Snowcarl have been taken down? Enjoy the tip. A precursor to Metroid Dread. Super pumped for that playthrough. I hope you're enjoying your evening. Thank you, Eternal. You know, I hate to say it, but what ended up happening was, I think a lot of people who don't like me and or are trolls, as we've been talking about, realize there's no way that they could just come into this stream and troll. We have things in place between the sub-only mode, the moderators watching, the rules. You know what I'm saying? And they realize that. So what do? They'll come in here and pretend to be a fan of the content. They'll pretend to be positive. But then you find out on the back end, they were sitting in restreamers all the time making fun. They're literally regurgitating restreamer memes and things on this stream. And the thing is, I don't know that because I'm not watching the toxic stuff. I'm not watching the negative stuff from over there. So half the time, I don't even realize when someone's referencing something that may be something negative against me. And then I say it, and then everyone on that other stream laughs. Oh, he said it. We got him to say it. Oh, he fell for it again. Snowcrawl was infamous to this. He would all of a sudden, out of nowhere, try to ask me personal questions that he knew had nothing to do with the stream. I would be playing a game, he asked me a personal question, it's nothing to do with anything. It's like, why would you ask that out of nowhere? Because you're trying to get personal information because someone on a restream's talking about it. And it became more and more apparent over time that this is what his end goal was. And he was kind of the in guy. And by the way, before him, there were others that were like that. I'm not going to name names and stuff to cause more drama. It's been like this for a while, where they realize they can't just outright troll anymore. So instead, let's try to redirect Phil's streams towards something toxic, or towards something personal, or towards something that a detractor or restreamer is saying, so that they can all laugh, and Phil is none the wiser, right? We fooled the old man who streams, like it's some big fucking deal, right? But yeah, I mean, be honest, it's better, Eternal, absolutely. Have you noticed that in the last few weeks to months, since Snowcrawl's been gone, right? We don't get derailed constantly. We don't have these fucking drama topics coming up. All that stuff is taken care of, man. By the way, shout out to Barth, who has become a channel member. Thank you, Barth, for that. I'm curious. Did that up our total members here? Let's find out. We are so close to hitting this monthly goal, guys. Look at this. Look how close we are at this point. No, we went down. During the course of this stream, some people's memberships expired, and we've gone down to 311. So, guys, if you don't understand the urgency that I keep kind of emphasize on my streams, I hope you understand now. We get so close, and then we lag, and then it goes down again. And this sucks. We're so close to hitting this monthly goal. Look how close we are. Less than 20. We could do it. It's today, and 2 more days is all we have left. If you're sitting here right now watching this stream, and you're not a member, what are you waiting for? I can't afford it. Fair enough. I'm not interested in the things you get for it, okay? But why would you not be interested if you're a fan of this channel, right? If you're a fan of me and my channel, you want to support it, that's a prime way to do it. Seriously. Okay. And that's true, James. Subs should auto-renew. For some people, they don't. I don't know why they don't. And some people, basically, they sign up and they immediately cancel. Oh, I don't want that auto-renewing. So... maybe they're waiting for Metroid. I mean, maybe. And if that's the case, I guess that's fine. Because like I said, Tuesday would be the last day. Tuesday would be the last day of this month to do it. I'm not here on Wednesday. I mean, Wednesday's the 1st of December anyway. Wouldn't even count for it anymore. So. All right. Anything else? We got a few final minutes here of this hour-long Q&A, chill, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. Just killing time, right? Last chance, my friends. Anything you want to talk about? And by the way, thank you for your support during this. It was awesome. Hobo X's, thank you for playing Guardians. I'm glad you vetoed chat and played it. Turned out to be a great game. Wouldn't have even known otherwise. And I agree with you. This is a situation where no one knew the game was going to be good. But then after hearing a few people telling me it was actually really good and reviewers saying it was, I gave it a shot. How am I buying Metroid? I get all my games off of Nintendo Store. So. Mark says, even when This Is How You Don't Play was very popular, you weren't massively slandered. No, what it was back then it was about making fun of my gameplay. If you go to DSPGaming, you're going to see a buffoon suck at games. That's literally what the video said. You know? Now it's just insane what people say. I seriously, it gets so bad you don't want to repeat it. The shit that they make up is just, they're out of their minds. Okay. Let's discuss turtles. I already said I'm probably not playing Shin Megami Tensei 5. Everything I'm hearing about it sounds like it would not be good for my streams. Insanely long, insanely difficult, doesn't really lend itself to be a streaming game because of the way that the game's built, you know? I don't think it's going to work out, quite frankly. I'm not saying it's not a good game. It probably is. I'm just saying it doesn't sound like a streamer's game. Okay. Me too, Team Terrorhawk. I'm looking forward to Forza tonight, man. No, I'm not playing Fallout New Vegas again. Maybe in 10 more years' time. Not now. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for a great stream. I'm going to upload all this stuff, take a break tonight. Forza, hope you'll be here for that. If you're watching this on demand on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed it. Something different, right? All right, awesome. Thank you.